All right, so welcome back to Paper Mountains Podcast. Today we got a new guest, actually the first family member that is on the show.
Yep.
My brother, Caleb Welly. He's making some changes in his life, so I thought it would be fun to document this time of his life, have something to look back on, and see how dumb his thoughts were at a young age. So some big things coming up. He just recently graduated college. He's starting a new job out in Arizona and moving there tomorrow morning. Yeah. So absolute last minute of recording this episode. We're going to chat some of his thoughts, get some perspective out of him, and see what his outlook on life is at a 23-year-old person who just graduated college. So please welcome Caleb Welly.
Hi, guys.
So a bit of a long-winded introduction. Yeah. Let's go into that a little bit. You got a lot of stuff coming up here right now. What's running through your head?
The fact that the moving truck doesn't have AC. That's literally the only thing that's on my mind right now.
Not the Rain-X?
I don't care about the Rain-X. I don't care about anything else. I already have my apartment, everything set up. I've got a job lined up. I would have no AC in the moving truck. That's what I'm worried about.
What are you going to be doing out in Arizona?
I'll be working as a estimator, actually. Estimator for construction projects. Yeah. You know about that. Some of you guys might not, but yeah, I'll be a field engineer. That'll be my title, but I'll be working with the estimating department to, estimate projects, bid projects, and hopefully get awarded projects for the company.
So you're working for Kiewit.
Yep.
Largest contractor?
They're like number 3 actually in the world of engineering contracting firms, and so
gotcha. Yes, pretty big company. Big moves coming from small town New Riggle.
Yep.
How? Why are you working for them? What made the choice to, out of the thousands, and especially with moving out of state, you're not stuck to Ohio,
right?
Why are you sticking with Kiewit?
I love Arizona. When you didn't go, but when me and Megan, our sister, went to Arizona, I think I was 15, 16 at the time. Family vacation out to Arizona.
I wasn't invited, yes.
You're on an internship.
That's what I was doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're in Illinois or something.
Yeah.
But we went out to Arizona, and ever since then, fell in love with the place. Did a couple internships afterwards when I came to college as construction engineering, and then got an offer for an internship in Arizona, and they liked me, so they offered me a spot back.
That's pretty much it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how life works, right?
Yeah.
You kind of go through one path, and then it's working out for you.
Right.
Just keep going down that road.
Yep.
Arizona, I actually just looked at the weather this week. The forecast is 120 degrees with a heat advisory. So that'll be fun for you with no AC and moving all of your shit into your new apartment. So have fun with that.
Also, you have to think, like, right when I move into my apartment, not going to have electricity in the apartment. The AC is not going to be running when I get there.
It's going to have electric.
Well, I have to hook up the electric first. I have to call and get it hooked up first.
Oh, shit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, you never lived in an apartment before. Oh, yeah, you have.
Yeah, never had to turn the electric on, though.
Yeah, I have to call and get it put into my name because I'm living there by myself. So
okay, yeah, I guess we've had to do that before.
Yeah. Not going to have internet until I get that hooked up, which is probably going to be a couple months.
Nice. Okay. So, all right, let's pull it back a little bit.
Oh.
Let's talk about college a little bit, and go into that part of your life. So now that you're graduated, are you going to stop being a frat boy, or is that ethos going to live on with you forever?
What do you consider frat boy mentality?
Just look at you. That's kind of it right now, I guess.
Dude, we're literally wearing the same thing.
I'm wearing a flannel.
I'm wearing a t-shirt and shorts just like you.
I don't know. I'm just fucking with you. But like, yeah, you partied a little bit in college. Had some fun.
Yep.
How was your college experience? What all did you do? Why construction engineering? Why fraternities? How did this kind of unfold for your life?
I mean, I came to college. I was in RTC for a little bit. Not in RTC anymore. I don't know if you knew that or not. But
Yes, I knew that.
yeah, not in RTC anymore. It was a good, stepping stone to things. It hurt me and when I was looking for jobs, and it helped me when I was looking for other jobs, just depended on the company with having ROTC on my record. But came to college. I was in civil engineering like you. Fuck calculus. So went to construction engineering, basically construction management. And yeah, it worked out better for me. Joined Phi Kappa Psi fraternity. Met a lot of people. Still know a lot of people from there. Like, one of my fraternity brothers is going to be in Arizona as a doctor. So, I don't know. It was just a good networking thing. Helped me break out of my shell a little bit because I like being antisocial. I don't really like talking to people that much.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, fraternities get a bad rep a lot, but I've never seen that side of it. I was a newly initiated pledge. I went through all that stuff, but like, there was never any hardcore hazing that I went through or anything.
Just copious amounts of alcohol.
Well, I mean, I would have done that even if I didn't join a fraternity.
That's what I did too.
Yeah.
So with switching over to construction engineering, how was that?
Even in my first semester, like my last semester of civil, I stopped really caring about it because I knew I wanted to switch. I think I was in linear algebra. I don't know. Whoever that professor was, fuck that guy. That guy sucked. But yeah, it switched over. The professors actually seemed like they gave a shit about us graduating and finding a job. Like, there's one, I was pretty, COVID shit. I was pretty much online with all of my classes for the last year and a half. So, like, I was just emailing the academic advisor for construction, and he mentioned me in one of his pre-recorded lectures, like, hey, yeah, soils too might suck for you guys, but like, we have this student is just graduating and he's going out to Arizona. So like, there's opportunities for you in this career field if you stick it out. So
yeah, no, I mean, I thought that when I was going to school for civil. I didn't mind the science and math, but like, yeah, I mean, I knew that from seeing and talking to people in the tech side of the engineering. It's 100% just actual real world applications for 90% of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, the science degree is fine if you want to go in that direction of
theoretical things.
Yeah, going into, further engineering, get your master's and shit like that. But like, 90% of people do just go into work after their bachelor's.
Especially with civil. Most civil engineers go into my field anyway, so.
Yeah, and when you do construction engineering, you learn de-estimating, you learn actual project engineering skill sets, whereas you're stuck in a lot of physics and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I had an estimating class, I had a scheduling class, I had pretty much all classes like that. I had classes on actual programs if you wanted to get in the design side of construction too. Like, so much better.
Yeah. All right, I'm going in reverse order, so I keep going back for some reason in this direction, but that's fine. I know I was teetering this when I was in high school of whether I'm going to college or not.
Mm-hmm.
So back when you were in high school, coming from a small town, what were your thoughts or perspective on going to school? Did you always think you were going to go to college or kind of in general at that age?
There was part of me that didn't. Because I came into college with ROTC, like I got a national scholarship from ROTC. Didn't work out, but that's besides the point. I came into college with a national scholarship. If I wouldn't have gotten from the beginning my schooling paid for, I probably wouldn't have went to college.
Yeah,
I know I could have found an basic labor or construction job. Could have joined a union. There's a lot of different routes that I could have taken.
Yeah.
Glad I went to college, but
Yeah, no, that's the same thing. I thought as well. I only ended up going with Toledo because it was
dirt cheap.
Yeah, I had the most scholarship opportunities with that one out of all of them, and it was cheap. So fuck it.
Yeah. Even if you don't have scholarship, it's still dirt cheap.
In comparison to other schools, it is.
Yeah.
It's still fucking stupid expensive, especially with like the shit you had to go through with living on campus and all that BS.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was thinking of something rewinding that. I lost it though. Fuck.
Toledo was going to make me live on campus for 2 years, but luckily Lori and Dave live in Perrysburg, our aunt and uncle. So I was able to say that I was living with them and just got a house off campus with some of my buddies.
Yeah. Yeah, and dude, it's a scam, but whatever.
Scam.
Made it through, right? So you learned from it. What, not going back in the other direction, back with college, with finishing, what's the biggest thing that you took away with your experience of going to college for 4 years? 4.5 years? 5 years?
About 5 years. I did 3 different internships, it's 4 internships, so
what's the biggest thing, life takeaway that you've had with having that 5 years of your life taken away from you?
I know I could have finished it faster. If I could go back to high school, if I knew I was going to go to college, knew this was the path I was going to end up on, I would have went to a community college, got my prereqs out of the way, just because it would have been a lot cheaper in the long run. But biggest takeaway, if somebody says that online classes aren't taught the same, that's a joke, because my last year and a half was online and it was still garbage easy being a construction major.
It was equally as shit.
Yeah.
We were in complete, I was working full time.
Mm-hmm.
So with COVID going down, and still being in school, did that really affect anything of your life in general, other than having to go online with classes?
We locked down after spring break, spring semester of
2020.
So that would have been my senior year. And then, that semester went online for the rest of the semester. And then summer had an internship. Fall had the Arizona internship. Oh, sorry. And then fall this year, my super senior year. Maybe it was my super senior year. Either way. Then after that I graduated, so we're in spring now. That doesn't add up. No, I was in the summer. Yeah, summer, fall, spring now. Spring now. That adds up.
Yeah,
okay.
Hey, I get it why you failed calculus.
Yeah.
You're adding 12 months here. I'm reading a book right now. Do you know the root word for calculus?
No.
It's cal something. The root word.
Okay, yeah, cal something.
But it's it comes from Greece because for pebble. So calculus and calcium and something else all have the same root word because they counted with pebbles. So they learned calculus from.
Not a chance you could do derivatives with pebbles.
I don't know. That's what the book said.
Maybe trig. You cannot do anything in calculus with pebbles.
They're probably smarter than us, actually.
Yeah.
Fundamentally.
Yeah.
Okay.
My calculator does all that shit now.
Yeah. And the world's getting easier. And here we are sitting in a basement recording ourselves talk with pretentious egos.
Do you think with the world getting easier for us that it's making people stupider? Or do you think it's making people smarter with the availability of technology?
I don't know if people are getting inherently dumber. It's just a completely different type of knowledge people are learning for the majority.
Hi, Dad.
And I I would say us as a species, we're getting smarter 100%. It's just that there's way more people here, and we can rely on
other people for
a handful of people who are getting legitimately smarter.
Yeah.
Or like people are focused in one group. I just listened to Vitalik, the co-founder of Ethereum, talk for 4 hours, and he like co-founded Ethereum when he was 17. So like he wrote an entire blockchain, and right, you know, so like he can go down that field and not know anything about the health industry or like construction or all that shit. So like people, it's just kind of insane to me that like society even works at all, because like you just relying on everybody else in their area to be experts.
Yeah.
And people can just learn one thing and get really fucking smart at it. And then like we grow.
I mean, yeah, I can't tell you anything about medical things.
Yeah. And you just like kind of 100% rely that the industry is going to work and progress.
Right.
So I mean, as a species, 100% getting smarter, but I think just inherently, like we probably know less about everything, but also at the same time more about everything because it's easy access.
It's easy access. I think it's depends on the person's choices if they want to learn too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give you a little test here.
Okay.
It's a social
test. I'm not good at tests.
Well, it's somebody else had it as like their test of every time they talk to somebody, they would ask this question to see. Basically, he would put them in a box and say, with you answering this question, I will know your political ideology.
Okay.
Do you believe that people are inherently dumb?
Yeah. Yeah, 100% I do. What do you mean?
Why do you think that?
It depends on the person. I'll give them that. It depends on everything. It depends on new people that you meet. Because I've met a lot of fucking stupid people in my life, let me tell you. I mean, I don't consider myself smart. I was able to graduate engineering, but like I still don't consider myself smart, you know?
Yeah.
Engineering tech. Okay. But I don't feel like enough people are trying to learn about new things.
That's so hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like there's so much stuff that's being consumed, and I'm only looking at a subset of people that I know.
But like even if they are trying to learn new things, the media is so two-sided. Like it depends what side of the media you're looking at. I'm not saying like both sides are bullshit, right? Like both sides put out fake news stories about the other side. And it depends what side you're looking at. I'm not saying either side's right. Both sides are wrong at most times. Both sides are right at sometimes, but it just depends on, I don't know. I think people are stupid. I think a lot of people are stupid.
Anyway, yeah, regardless of the answer of just like wherever your headspace went to, the kind of answer to that is he would say if you say that people are inherently dumb, then you're right wing leaning. And then if you like dodge around the question and be like, well, it depends on like your circumstance or like what you're thinking, and he's like instantly going to put you in that side of like a liberal ideology.
So would you say, since I immediately went to dumb and then went back and like tried to explain it, I'd be like libertarian, I guess?
I don't know. I did the exact same thing because like my gut instinct was like, yeah, people are idiots. And then like he explained it and I'm like, fuck, I don't know now.
Yeah. I mean, I've met a lot smarter people than me. Like you're a lot smarter than I am. I mean, Danny, my other roommate, had you come over and help him with whatever class that was that he needed help with.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Is Danny smart?
Danny's smart in topics. I don't know if Danny's ever going to watch this, but Danny, you know you're a fucking idiot sometimes.
I was just really actually just kind of pushing for that shout out.
It depends. I mean, everyone's got a different like outlook on what they want to happen in their life. Everyone's got a different outlook on their job. Everyone's got a different outlook on if they want to start a family or not. Like, it depends on the person, but no, most people are stupid. Most people are fucking idiots.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. And I mean, and then you can also tailor that back to like the nature versus nurture thing. And that one always kind of fucks with my head to think about. Like, there's so many people that believe that like your whatever nature 100% supersedes nurture. Like, if you're born to whatever element, like your outcome's already going to be predicted for you.
Yeah.
And that comes with intelligence, like survival, whatever you want to say. And, you know, but there's people that argue the other way, like your environment and nurturing and your developmental years can completely affect the outcome of your life.
I mean, I feel like if I wouldn't have chosen Toledo, I would have been a completely different person. I mean, there's...
In what way? A better person?
I mean, like, every person that you meet is going to affect your life in a different way, even if it's a small way.
Yeah.
Like, I just met new people last weekend, and I mean, I'm not saying they're ever going to affect my life again. They affected me, my life for that night that I was hanging out with them, and that's about it. But
yeah. But I mean, that interaction might just change one little way you think.
Yeah, I mean,
things.
I wouldn't have had the same friends in Toledo that I had. Probably, I don't know, if I would have went to OSU like I was planning on, I probably would have had shittier friends, but
people who worked out more and had a lot bigger egos.
Yeah. CrossFit.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to get into that like right now, but yes, there might be some animosity towards the CrossFit community, and I'm doing everything in my willpower to destroy them. 17 miles today. You know who you fucking are, and there's no way and chance you're going to watch this podcast. But I'm going to destroy you this month, and I'm going to run as much as I humanly can. This is very much of an inside joke. So just premise of this situation. Explained to you a little earlier. Alicia got me signed up for this running through the entire month of June and donating to cancer awareness, cancer treatment, and research for children with cancer. Which, thank you. You did donate to the cause.
I did donate after saying that I wasn't even going to look at the link. I did end up donating.
Yeah. So it's raising money, and then also paired with that is running every day through June. Mm-hmm. But they have this really diabolical app that comes along with this fundraiser, and they 100% know that it incentivizes competition. People post their miles, and it tells you your ranking with your team and how much you're beating everybody else. And I got grouped in with this whole team of CrossFit people. Not one of them knows who I am. And I am currently obsessed with making sure that I beat every single one of them and destroy their souls.
Just for an FYI, I don't do CrossFit, if you couldn't tell.
Do you think that you'll get into CrossFit when you move to Arizona?
Never in my life will I get into CrossFit.
Well, that's good, because I don't even know if it's going to be even a thing after I beat them so bad. It's just CrossFit's going to stop because I'm going to ruin it for everybody.
I don't even know how their joints still work to run, honestly. CrossFit's so bad on you.
Yeah, it destroys you.
Yeah.
But long story short, I'm going to put the link in the description. So if you want to go donate to kids with cancer, if you don't, you're kind of...
It's cancer research, right? Or is it cancer treatment?
It's research for treatment. Yeah, correct. So yeah, it's cool. I think it's a good cause, and it got me back into running more than I ever have in my entire life. So I'm entering the world of the unknown of actually pushing myself to the limit. We'll see what happens. I might keel over and get hit by a car tomorrow. So this might be the last record.
I ran a mile within the last month.
How's that feel?
It was so bad.
What else is going on in your life right now besides graduating and moving to Arizona? I didn't mean to like make that seem like a negative question of absolutely nothing.
Within the last 3 days, not considering yesterday, but 2 days prior, 3 days prior, I watched the entirety of the Marvel series.
You watch all of the movies?
Yeah.
TV shows as well?
Not the TV shows. Before then, though, I finished WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier before the 3 days. But after then, I watched all of the movies.
In 3 days?
I mean, my last day was only the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So that's only 2 movies.
Jesus Christ.
So clearly nothing. Nothing's going on in my life.
I felt the depression in that statement. So with the Marvel movies, which one, with watching them all back in that short of time span, which one was the best?
It depends what you're going for. If you're going for comedy, obviously it's Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, Thor Ragnarok kills.
Fantastic movie. If you're going for like actual like good superhero action movies, I'd say Endgame. No,
Infinity War.
Infinity War. That's a good superhero action movie.
I was gonna say, hands down, that one's got to be like the best.
But if you're looking for a throwback to all the other Marvel movies, it'd be Endgame.
Yeah. Okay. So you're watching a lot of television, playing Pokemon.
I beat Pokemon, man. I'm not playing.
I am Pokemon.
Pokemon Diamond was my pitch. Just beat that.
I don't even know. You're turning me off. All right. Before we take this first break, I've got one more question.
Okay.
What are your feelings towards leaving Toledo? Are you gonna miss it? Is it bittersweet, or are you just like never gonna look back?
Okay. Big picture, just absolutely fuck Toledo as a city. Small picture, I'll miss my friends that are still there. Most of them are still moving off at this point. There are a couple that are staying there, like Danny and Lucas. Levi's moving to Cincinnati, but like Mason Holzkamp and Chris McClanahan, you guys probably aren't going to watch this, but just wanted to give you a shout out so you don't feel bad. But they're all pretty much leaving Toledo. Fuck Toledo as a city, though.
Yeah,
the bar scene in Newrigal, Ohio is almost better than Toledo.
I don't know about that one. Toledo's getting good downtown. It's
downtown's fun, but
yeah,
like,
they're doing some stuff. They're building some.
But if you live on campus, it's just an inconvenient distance away.
Yeah,
like BG's downtown is where everyone lives.
Yeah,
Toledo's downtown is inconvenient.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the same way with most places people are. And I think other people said it too in these conversations I've had on here, is it's about who you're with, not where you are. Yeah. It's like you're going to find those relationships and get everything out of it that you can.
Right.
Not necessarily, doesn't mean the environment's going to be the best, but.
Not Toledo.
Arizona, on the other hand, might be, except it's going to be fucking hot.
It'll be hot. There's a lot of meth heads there too.
Are you going to live right in Phoenix?
Yeah.
Nice.
Literally like. So my last job was at the Phoenix airport, and now I'm at the district office, which is like 3 minutes away from the international airport, and I'm on the far side of the airport. Before I lived in Tempe, which is Arizona State. They had a good bar scene. They had a really good bar scene.
Yeah.
I don't know. Phoenix is kind of, it's a hot Toledo.
It's a city just like every other one.
Yeah.
I got to try getting another 10 miles in tomorrow morning. So
you don't have to drive to Arizona tomorrow without AC.
Honestly, at this point in my life, I don't know which one I'd rather do.
I'd rather drive. I don't want to run.
Drive for 29 miles or run for an hour and a half.
1,900 miles which going through 3 different time zones or run for an hour and a half. 3 different time zones, man.
I'm looking down in front of me at the inhibitants. Is that what the word is?
Nicotine. I don't know.
What's
my vices?
Yeah, vice. I see some chew and vaping. Well, that's a bad habit. Is that going to be maintained going into the future? I'm just trying to hold you accountable here on record, so that way when you look back, be like, fuck, man, I wish I never did that.
Well, I don't want to like throw a sponsorship because I'm not getting paid for anything.
Yeah, so like if you're gonna pay me,
but like nicotine pouches, not actual chew.
So is this an actual ad read?
No. but like, I'm not spitting anything in a bottle. Like, it just sits in my lip. Constant flow of nicotine. Pretty good HUD buzz. You want to try one?
No, fuck no, not right now, dude. It would destroy me.
I mean, this guy destroys you too, and
yeah, and I don't need that, especially with this running thing. I would 100% puke. If I don't puke tonight, it would be tomorrow morning when I'm running.
Yeah, 100%. And you're not even drinking either. Like,
yeah. Hey, it would be if I didn't have to get up at 4 a.m. I mean, shit. Last episode, me and Travis polished off that whiskey in one sitting. So another prop here. You want some of that?
No. Dude, if I drink liquor anytime, doesn't matter, mixed drink or anything, I will throw up. No doubt in my mind.
Okay, well, part 2, when I'm not running, we can do some shots of whiskey.
Arizona?
Yeah. Make you puke on air.
I'll do it on air. I don't care. I'll make myself throw up right here.
Right now.
I can pull my trigger anytime.
I don't even have anything to say on that comment.
I know I'll always pull my trig if I'm drinking and I get the hiccups.
Yeah.
Hiccups are when I stick my fingers in my throat and make myself throw up.
Well, I'm going to keep the shout out going. I'm assuming you haven't watched any of these.
No, I have not, actually. Sorry.
Yeah, hey, fuck. I get it. So there's a running joke. Everybody's like giving Austin Kuhn a shout out or a tease that he's going to come on the show. So Travis gave me the idea just like to keep pushing him coming on like inevitably.
Yeah.
So this is my shout out. Kuhn,
Kuhn.
one of a Kuhnisms is a 2-finger death punch.
Yeah.
He taught me that in college. My stomach hurts, sick, and Kuhn would come up with a 2-finger death punch and shove it down.
Did you never get closer with a friend until you pull each other's trig at the same time? You know, like both of you reaching over and yeah.
I'm not saying I haven't been there, but I'm not happy about it.
All of my friends always tell me no when I ask them if they want me to.
No means no, Caleb.
I'm fine with no. I'm fine. I understand no. I get told way more often than I get told yes.
Understandable. There is something I want to get into a little bit of. Actually, I'm not going to that second. So with the topic of Travis saying that mention, last episode when his siblings went off to college, every week he was texting them like words of wisdom just to like life advice, and there's like all this bullshit quotes. So he's like, you got to start doing this with your younger brother. So I have one saved to my phone.
That you sent me or that you were supposed to send me?
Well, I just saved it for this. I was just going to say it to you out loud.
I was going to say, you never sent me words of wisdom or anything.
No, I just typed it here and I was going to say it to you out loud. And then I want you to get your thoughts on it, all right?
Okay.
So this is fitting here with me pushing myself. I finished this book by David Goggins. And in one chapter, he says, life is one big mind game. The only person you are playing against is yourself.
You want me to give my thoughts on it?
Do you have thoughts on it?
I don't know why, okay? I don't know why, but when you started talking, the first thing that came to my mind was we're in a simulation.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why. Do I believe in simulation theory? A little bit.
Was this your pivot of just wanting to talk about the simulation theory?
No. It just made me think of it.
Okay. We'll get into the simulation theory.
Wait. Did you watch the first episode of Loki?
No. Did they ponder that in there?
Not the simulation, but like, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that's watching, but like, it's all about
the multiverse, I would assume.
Well, like the first episode's all about like everyone's on a set path no matter what.
Oh,
Like
okay.
their set path is already set out for them. Like the people, beings, whatever you want to say, already know what path you're going to take. Every decision that you make, it's already set out for you.
And you believe in the simulation theory?
I'm not saying I don't believe in it, but like there are things that like made me question if it could be accurate.
I have a thought on that. What are your things that you think make you question that your reality or your not maybe immortality, but like your free will? Obviously, simulation would completely contradict your free will.
Right.
Why do you think that there might be some instances in that route of this thing?
The first time that I like actually believed in the simulation theory, I was living in Toledo and I was working in Findlay on one of my internships, and I was driving to work at like, I don't know, 5:30 in the morning. And that's like a 50-minute hour drive or whatever every morning. I looked out at the rising sun, and then I looked over on the other side, and there was this just dark gray line. This dark gray line from as high up as I could see all the way down. And it made me think of the Truman Show. You know, have you ever watched it? How have you never watched the Truman Show with Jim Carrey? But the Truman Show is all about how he was in this dome, and like the world's just watching him, and that's all the show is just him doing daily activities, being brought up in this dome, not knowing anything outside of the dome. I just thought of that because, like, I don't know. Dude, there was this.
Did you tell me this before?
I might have. I don't know.
Somebody definitely told me that before.
But, like, it wasn't a jet stream. It was a dark gray line. As far up, like, out of my window as I could see, because my windows were open, and I stuck my head out the window, and it was above my car. How the fuck is that supposed to happen? What do you mean?
How much alcohol and tobacco was in your system?
Tobacco? Neither, man. I don't use tobacco. I use nicotine.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Is that the only instance that made you question it? You saw a line in the sky?
I mean, also, like, obviously everyone knows between right and wrong, right? Like,
maybe.
Well, like the majority of people know that, like, you're not supposed to just go out and just shoot somebody on the sidewalk. But, like,
yeah, but that right and wrong is,
but like,
can be defined. That line is always drawn in like 100 different ways.
Yeah, but like the majority of people know that they're not supposed to walk out on the sidewalk and just shoot somebody. Shit. Kristen.
Mom.
Yeah. But like, the people that might question their free will and shoot somebody out on the sidewalk, maybe it's because they want to test it, but that was already the preset path that they were already supposed to be on, was going to jail for the rest of their life. I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's possible that one fucks my head too a little bit, especially if I was boozed up a little bit. Thinking about that shit always messes me a little bit.
Yeah,
when you got a little bit of alcohol in your system or something. And the simulation theory is interesting. There's things that make me question it. Mostly, there's three things, I think. All of these sightings of UFOs, is that a part of a higher being just like fixing the bearings?
Yeah, but like, not to stop you, but like in old times, before phones, before like electricity and everything, if they saw a UFO, they're gonna see it and be like, God. You know?
Yeah.
If something's like just working on their technical program of these little Sims playing around and discovering life, they're gonna think it's a god.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think that is an interesting thought of saying, like, all right, is that higher power, or like whoever's just running this computer just all right, hey, we need new maintenance here, let's go in there real quick and fucking send some drone bots down there and fix it up.
Yeah.
There's that one. when you have weird, kind of in a sense telepathic coincidences.
Deja vu creeps me out a lot.
Yeah,
too.
like those types of stuff, like where it messes with your head, like that. Those are kind of crazy. So there's this last week, I was editing Travis's podcast, and to the exact second he mentioned Breaking Bad, Amy texted me and said I started watching Breaking Bad. And shit like that's like that's fucking like the exact second as I was listening in my headphones, he said Breaking Bad's the #1 TV show. My computer flashes and Amy says, "Hey, guess what? I started watching Breaking Bad." It's like, like what the fuck are the odds of that?
But it also makes you like question your reality of like everyone's the star of their own show, right? Of like the entirety of the world.
Yeah.
But everyone thinks that way. Every single person's never like, oh, I'm just a side character in this person's show.
Yeah. So, and then there's one more that makes me question if the simulation theory is real, and that's kind of the organization and like patterns that are in natural, like in the natural world, kind of is fucking crazy. Like the 80-20 rule, that one's nuts. Like where you can apply virtually anything. If there's 80% of one thing, there's going to be 20% of another. That happens when you group almost on a large enough data set, it will always be 80-20. And then I think it's like the rule of fifth or like the Pentagon rule, like the symmetry. Like that seems like symmetry should only exist in a pre-coded world.
Right.
Like why can you predict down to the mathematics of a pineapple symmetry?
Right.
Like every little stem on it's 100% symmetric. Why are humans symmetric? You know, like that shit is just like really weird to me. Like why?
And like, but human symmetry, they wanted to code it just a little bit off. Like every person's eyes is just a little slanted. Every person's ears are just a little slanted. They just wanted to code it just a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some things,
Yeah.
and then like other things, it's like, it's hard to even fathom like why we exist.
Yeah.
Fucking right now having this fucking dumb conversation.
Yeah.
Like you said, the star of our own shows, I'm asking you questions about your life so that way you can look back and be like,
Yeah. Right.
look how good I was when I was 23.
Oh, I hope I look better than what I do now. But hopefully I can grow a little bit more facial hair.
I have no comments on that one.
But the deja vu makes me question simulation theory, but it also makes me question what's that one where you get like, it's completely awful, but I just want to say like rebooted in another life. What's that called?
What do you mean? Like reincarnation?
Reincarnation.
Okay, sorry. You said another life. I didn't know if you meant like another world, like a multiverse thing.
No, but like I've heard theories before, like one person dies and they become reincarnated as a different person in a different timeline at a different point in the timeline. So the only way that you can actually be done is to live the life of every person in the world, which is, I don't believe that one.
I've actually, some other people believe that one that I've talked to before. That one is hard for me to get on board with, of like reincarnation in different timelines. If that is the case, then that means that there is a set number of quote unquote souls or lives.
Yeah.
From the beginning of time to the end of time, it needs to reach 0.
Yeah.
Or it starts with this number and it ends with this number.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's impossible, because there's how many people on the planet like right now?
Like
7
billion.
Yeah, so 7 billion, and like 10,000 years ago there was a million or
maybe
300 million maybe total on the earth.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that doesn't make any sense on a time scale of like, well, how is there only 300 million lives then versus
but there's
7 billion?
There's just less people in that timeline that you have to go through. I mean, it's just like you've never played that many video games before or anything, but like You've got to beat all of these people before you get to the boss level to where you can move to the next level. I mean, it's the same concept as that. You know, you got to you got to go through all these people's lives before you can get to, like, you know, I don't know, whoever the top person.
Yeah. So that would be basically the theory that there's a beginning and end.
Yeah.
There has to be a culmination of it just all to add up.
Yeah. Or we could just be a complete, like, random fuck up in the entire universe and just happen to have life, and we've put so much pointless meaning into everything.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just because we're inherently have the ability to think as a species. And dude, it's crazy when you think of, I mean, yeah, whatever you say that people are inherently dumb, but like you look on it on a scale of not that long ago, we had cavemen that were learning to count for the first time in our species.
Yeah.
And now we're can work as a society for people to build microphones and recording devices where I go to work and do erosion modeling on a river.
Yeah, and I can go to work and decide what the cost of a singular project should be.
Yeah, and there's like no reason or rhyme of like how this actually works out and how evolution actually succeeded in some sense.
The people that really trip me out, though, are the people that don't believe in evolution.
Yeah.
Like, you can see we've evolved in just, like, the last 100 years. Even if it's with our technology, though, we've still evolved from what we were 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, our personal beings might have changed, but the way we think definitely has changed.
Yeah, and, I mean, dude, you look at chimps, dude, and we look just like them.
Yeah, we look just like them. How do you feel about, like, people saying that chimps and primates are going through Stone Age right now?
I don't know. I don't think I've heard that chimps are, but I've saw that some species are.
Like, species of gorillas are starting to use tools to hunt easier.
Yeah, I saw
like,
that.
It's weird, though, because you don't know if they're just mimicking what they've seen us do, or...
I'm pretty sure the ones that I saw, they were like a remote species that didn't have contact with humans.
Really?
But they learned to hunt so good that they started regressing their evolution and using tools because they wiped out the fish population.
So they had to.
So they just stopped using the tools.
Yeah.
So they started like, oh, fuck this thing. I don't need this anymore. I ate all the fish, which is fucked up. It's crazy to think, like, how did we even keep evolving?
Do you think it was the discovering of fire?
I don't know. I mean, it's just one thing after the next.
Yeah.
It just kept, we somehow kept going.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, we didn't just, like, one day, like, after 10,000 years of evolution, just, like, throw our tools off to the side.
But there was nothing, like, that we know of that was fighting us for that food.
Oh, I mean, the other species, I mean, we're just Homo sapiens, the one that succeeded.
Yeah.
So, like, we would have been
But there was no, like, humans mass fishing and destroying the oceans or anything.
That's true. Yeah, like, probably, honestly, like, ultimately,
it was just easier for us to evolve than it is for them.
Yeah, there was no superior species already, like...
Don't get me wrong, dude. A shark's gonna fuck up a chimp any world, but, like... but, you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
There was nothing fighting us. Like, we're
already more intelligent.
Yeah, we've been mass fishing, and... Did you watch the ocean documentary?
Seaspiracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of fucked of mass fishing like that, but I mean, there's less fish going through rivers and stuff that primates are able to hunt for now.
Yeah. Dude, that Seaspiracy documentary is crazy. I read a bunch online and saw some people talking about it where, like, basically a lot of people were talking about it and it only found one legitimate criticism.
Really?
And, like, the rest, everybody basically seemed to pan out as saying, like, you know, all documentaries now are pandering to their audience.
Yeah.
That went with 100% of intention. They said that this is the main cause of climate change, you know, so that's the story they're going to revolve around.
Right.
But then I listed, like, all the stuff and read the articles and people fact-checking it, and it basically, nobody had any major criticisms other than the one I saw was that it was so negative that there was no way we could fix it. Because like that's kind of the end of the documentary. It's like we're fucked.
They literally said that like it would bounce back quick, but like there'd have to be a Thanos level wipeout of think to make it bounce back quick,
or just the people cumulatively just
agree to
not
do it for like 5 years.
Yeah, and like even if that's not the option, the way that's what the documentary portrayed, and this person talking about it was, who the fuck do you? Just because you can't figure out, it doesn't mean that someone smarter than you 5 years down the road is gonna figure out how to fucking regenerate all of the coral.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Shit like that,
or like even just like having a netting better that like
doesn't pollute
or just like destroy the corals or let dolphins escape or something,
there's definitely routes that can improve it. So yeah, crazy interesting documentary. There was one thing in it that I thought was the most interesting. When they talked about the BP spill. They said arguably,
it literally helped.
Yeah, arguably the BP spill helped the ecosystem more than anything because they couldn't fish in such a wide radius of that area.
Yeah,
so that had more time for like the ecosystem to recoup.
Yeah, which is incredibly wild.
Yeah, that was an insane fact. I love that one. Such a fucked up way of looking at a catastrophe.
I also love the guy that like did it because he was just kind of like, well, no one's responding to my emails. Fuck it, I'm just gonna show up.
And then he finds himself in a fucking like a human trafficking situation. Like what the fuck? Then like he has the Taiwan. Is he in Taiwan?
I don't remember what it was, but yeah,
Taiwan or Japan, and like he has the cops coming after him because he's doing private investigation.
Yeah, just because he has a camera out, they're like, cop cars are just like.
And he's like, yeah, I'm just going to start recording this shit. I probably shouldn't be here. People have been thrown in jail and murdered over this.
Yeah,
and he's like this 20-year-old kid just like, yeah, I'm going to put this documentary together. See how it goes.
And then post it too. Like, he's still alive, right? Like he hasn't been killed yet. But
I'm assuming he's not going to go back to those countries. There's a few things that I wanted to get into. You're getting a little older. You have a little bit of cash. You started getting... God damn it, just hear the fucking babe.
Okay.
I thought about like people listening to the podcast and just hearing you hit your vape.
It was like that Joe Rogan one, and he's who was that guy? It was one of his most recent ones. He was talking to him about, I don't remember, and he just looks over. He's like, "Is that your breathing?"
Who said that? Rogan?
Yeah, Rogan said that to the guy. He just like stepped back for a second. He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh my God, I thought you were dying." It was so fucking funny.
I didn't see that.
Okay, go on. A little bit of cash.
Yeah, so you get some cash. I have my real life Bitcoin here.
Yep.
From one of my buds at work. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency.
Is this worth $36,000?
Yes. No. I look back down, it's gone. You're getting a little bit of investing. What's your thoughts? I mean, I don't know if you're 100% adversed in that world, but you're getting into it.
I've been investing a little bit, yeah.
What's your perspective on investing in cryptocurrency and the future of the economy?
Jesus Christ.
Can you please break down world economics for me?
In 2 minutes or less, please. Yeah. This is like a presidential campaign right now.
Yeah. What's your foreign policy plan?
Yeah, in 2 minutes.
Okay, that's it. That's all the time you have. Just got fact checked.
I'm just going to start yelling at you for the next 2 minutes. I believe there will be a cryptocurrency that takes over the US dollar. I don't know what it is. I don't even like try and tell people that I know what it is. Bitcoin's obviously up there because it's at 37,000 now, whatever. That's the highest paying one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Ethereum's at what, 10% of that?
As their cap, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think we rely on gold for the US dollar, right?
Not
That's
quite.
what it was supposed to be when we started.
Yeah, it was, and then they stopped pegging it to the gold 80s.
But like, there's nothing really backing the US dollar at this point, and everyone already uses, debit card. I mean, how much cash do you have in your wallet right now?
0.
I have 0 as well. Like, I mean, people like our dad, he has cash on him.
Yeah.
I literally never carry cash on me. If I do, I feel like that is less real money than money that I can see in my bank account, which is fucked. That is completely fucked up. But
that's the direction we're going.
So what is stopping from something that actually has some sort of use? Like, I'm not saying like there's definitely a bunch of cryptocurrencies that have like a use for them, like altcoin. Are there altcoins? I'm not positive.
Mm-hmm.
But have a use for them that are running companies. But I don't know if it's Bitcoin or not. I have Bitcoin. I have a big loss in Dogecoin because I'm a fucking idiot and invested at 68 cents. But
You bought into he's the Elon Musketeer over here.
dude, every time I sold out a bit of Dogecoin,
He tweeted and it's boomed.
it was like bought in at 4 cents, sold out at 7 cents. It goes up to 30 cents, buys in at 25 cents, sold out at 27 cents, goes up to fucking 75 cents, bought in at 68. It's never going to go back up that high. That's just how my life is. Yeah.
Yeah. On the topic of cryptocurrencies and the use cases for them, yeah, I started reading about it a lot more this year in the blockchain technology.
Yeah.
The use cases are insane and like the potentials, but I think the power is the decentralization, and people are tired of the bureaucratic nature of a government-controlled currency that's fucked. I mean, honestly.
I mean, can I say something that's illegal on this podcast?
Like what?
I mean, back in 2016 when I was buying fake IDs, we used Bitcoin and it was at $2,000 a share coin for it. We used Bitcoin to buy the IDs.
Really?
Yeah. That's how we sent it to the person that made them.
You do know that the public ledger of the blockchain is way more traceable than the US dollar?
I wasn't the one that sent the Bitcoin. I don't care.
That's crazy. It's unfortunate that you wasted on a fake ID.
Again, I wasn't the one that bought in at the time to sell it, but
Yeah.
the fake ID definitely helped me a lot more as a freshman than what Bitcoin would have.
That's crazy. I didn't think of that being used for that, but like, yeah, why wouldn't it be? It's just such an easy transaction.
Yeah. I mean, now we have Venmo, right?
Yeah.
Do you use Venmo for everything? I use Venmo for everything. I mean, that's how I paid my rent the last 5 years.
That's how all of my renters in my apartment pay me in rent.
It's fantastic too. You know what? You get the money in your account in less time than what it takes to mobile deposit a check.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's like the use of people like Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies being worldwide, decentralized, public transactions. Everybody can see it.
Yeah.
It's traceable and it's highly secure.
Yeah.
And you don't have to deal with fucking 18 middlemen. You don't need to prop up a bank, have them lobby to the government, have the government control the fiat currency. Like all these things that have to take place for a P2P just transacting money.
Right. And like what I saw back in 2017 when I first got into cryptocurrency, like there are places in Europe that are having cryptocurrency ATMs.
Yeah. Well, shout out to El Salvador. They're the first country just 2 days ago to officially announce that Bitcoin is a government, it's their government currency.
That's badass, actually.
Yeah.
That's super badass. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so they're the first country to officially do so.
Also, shout down to Donald Trump for saying cryptocurrency was a scam because it took a big hit on my Bitcoin for it.
When did you say that?
He said it like 3 days ago.
On what? He's banned from everything.
No, he went on Fox News and said Bitcoin
really?
was a scam. And my Bitcoin literally dropped from like 38,000 to like 34,000.
It's back up.
Yeah, I mean it's back up now, but like, come on, man, are you serious? You're not president anymore. Like, like
Just trying to stay relevant as long as possible.
He's gonna come up with a new TV show. I guarantee it.
Yeah, something. I mean, yeah, he needs it.
Yeah.
So we have the investing thing. I just, kind of wanted to get thoughts on that as a 23-year-old. I know I would look back on the things that I said about investing 23 and think I was a complete moron.
Yeah.
Because you just learned so much more about it.
There are a couple companies that I have like a very strong feeling that are going to like take off, and that's why I'm invested in them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Tesla. I have a really, even, so what, that company, I keep burping. So what was it? ARC Technologies, I think that was, said that Bitcoin was going to be up to $3,000 a share, but they had a 10% holding in Tesla.
Yeah, Kathy Wood's got an insane amount of
but like
Tesla.
I mean, was she correct when it hit? She said it was going to hit 800 and it hit 900. Yes. Do I think it's going to hit 3,000 in the year 2025? No. Do I think it will be up in the thousands? Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they said it very well for the electric car market. They're going to be competing with China.
Yeah. I mean, what's the other one?
Neo,
yeah.
Xpeng, yeah.
I mean, but that company is so much smaller than what Tesla is, and I mean Tesla.
It's in China. It's a Chinese company too, and there's a shit ton of people in China.
Yeah. And like, what I saw, Elon Musk tweeted about the Cybertruck. He's like, we're not even gonna put the Tesla logo on it. Like, the car speaks for itself. Tesla doesn't do any marketing like what all these other companies have to do. Like,
yeah.
I believe Tesla will take off, and I fully believe in mind medicine. 100%.
I knew that was going to come up.
I knew, it had to come up. Yes. Did you see the spike? Dude, California just decriminalized mushrooms, and that's why we saw the spike in the last couple of days. I don't know if you looked at your Robinhood or whatever for it, but they decriminalized mushrooms, which made, because I'm pretty sure mind medicine was founded in California.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, no, I think mind medicine, that's interesting. Just the use of, like, the actual use case of psychedelics.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like if you look at any actual studies, Tim Ferriss, what the hell is that big university studies on psychedelics? They're getting huge funding, and the results are unanimous.
Yeah,
they 100% work for any cognitive issues, depression, PTSD. Like, it's a successful 100% rate.
Yeah, like, so if you like, we're getting in. I mean, my average is higher than what it is now because I bought in right when it came to NASDAQ, but I'm not even worried about the losses that I'm taking right now because I'm not pulling out of it,
Yeah. Yeah, I think psychedelic drugs, that's, and the medicinal
purposes for psychedelics is something we can't even comprehend at this point because there's so little testing on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll be big. We'll see what happens in the future. We'll look back on this and say when we're way wrong.
Yep. Yeah, it's either we're gonna be way wrong or be like I mean, cocaine was used to cure the common cold 20 years ago.
That sounds to me like people who just want to take cocaine.
I mean, yeah, but like still, you were going through the stage of hippies, but doctors you can actually still get prescribed cocaine.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. I think it's for, you have to be like terminally ill.
And you have to go to Mexico?
No, it's in like the United States, but like you have to be terminal. It's basically a lot like marijuana. Like, you can have glaucoma and stuff and get a prescription for marijuana, but like you have to be terminally ill to get cocaine. But still, like,
yeah,
if somebody's gonna die, they're gonna die right.
No comment on that one. So it's poking out of your sleeve a little bit. Maybe towards the beginning of your adult life, you got into the tattoo world.
Of tattooing your body.
Mm-hmm. Why are you doing this? Are you okay with it? Are you going to be full tattooed? And when is the face tattoo coming?
I'll start back first. The last one first. Never will I have a face. I will never have a tattoo that comes above my neckline.
Okay.
I say that now, but as of now, I don't want to go past my elbows and above my neck, and that's pretty much my only limit that I have. When I get a tattoo, I kind of want it to have some sort of meaning to me. Some sort of, maybe at the time, it has a meaning to me. It might not have a meaning to me at this point in my life, but I won't be fully covered. I love tattoos. If you're somebody that's like, oh, this job didn't hire me because I have tattoos, like, you probably have like hands or face tattoos, and also like, just don't work at that company then. Like, fuck you, I don't care.
Or their knuckles say like, I murder people.
Yeah, like, look, it says like,
fuck you.
Like fuck you on their knuckles. Like,
you just didn't hire me because I have tattoos.
He also didn't, like, that person also didn't say, like, they said, go fuck yourself in the interview or some shit,
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, but yeah, if a company does turn down an actual good applicant for tattoos, it's the dumbest thing in the world.
Also, don't fucking work for that company. Like,
yeah. Well, what else? Why the tattoos? Why'd you get into it? Why do you think that they have some sort of meaning or representation?
so I got my first tattoo. I think I might have been 17 or 18 at the time. Maybe 17, yeah. Went to Columbus. Awesome dude. His name's Cannibal Chris. Never going to watch this podcast, but, a little shout out to him in Columbus.
Hit him up. Tell him to do an episode with me, and I'll get my first tattoo on air.
Face tattoo on air.
Yeah. Yeah. The name of this podcast. I'll be like a walking advertisement.
Yeah, Paper Mountains.
Yeah.
Is that the actual name of this podcast?
Yeah.
Okay. Got my first tattoo. It's on my rib cage right here. It's of a eagle with two fallen feathers. Like, it has two feathers dropping down from it. As you know, like, when we were growing up, our grandpas died within a week of each other, and both of them were in the military, and that's actually what stemmed me wanting to join ROTC, but here we are. But still absolutely support the military, even if I'm not in it. Like, still will blood donation to the military, not Red Cross, but like to an actual military base. Yeah, I'll do that. Love the military. Think we should fully fund it. Always will think we should fully fund it. Even if we're not in a wartime, like, there's still people that rely on that for a job. Also believe there should be a draft.
Bob's coming.
No, just like, how many people graduate high school with no fucking idea of what they want to do with their life?
Yeah, and there's still some countries I just saw that have a crazy intense draft.
Mm-hmm.
Russia? I don't know who it is, where like, hey, 1 out of 5 or 10 adults are graduating high school, you're randomly picked, your ass is going to the military at least for 4 years.
I did this project back in like 7th grade, I think, and it was like everyone that graduates high school, not even graduate, every person at the age of 18 should have to serve in the military for 2 years.
Sounds a bit culty for a 7th grader.
I mean, super fucked up, but like, I mean, there's so many people that don't have like any idea of what they want to do in their life, and so many people, I mean, you're fucking 18 and you're supposed to decide what you want to do for the rest of your life. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing when I was 18, dude.
Yeah, nobody does.
I mean, especially, we grew up in Newrigal, Ohio. I graduated 25 people in my graduating class, and I'm supposed to, like, off of that experience alone, I'm supposed to decide of what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I mean, we're getting tailored off to tattoos a little bit, but that's totally fine.
But okay. Sorry. I'll finish this up real quick. But like, I didn't know. There should be like you can go into the military for 2 years, have job training, never see actual war because those are the people that are higher up that decided to stay with the military after the 2 years, and then just get job training, get physically fit. There's a lot of obese people in this country, and like it's gonna force you to get in shape, and then after the 2 years you can get out and do what you want with your life.
Yeah,
that's just my perspective. But tattoos in the workplace,
just in general.
Yeah, I love tattoos. I think even I would get an ass tattoo right now, dude. Don't care. I've gotten so many tattoos at this point. I don't care. If I think it's funny for like a month, it'll be worth it to me to get a tattoo.
I guess I would have meeting then, because then you'd have a story.
Yeah, a month. What would I would get? I've actually had this conversation. Sorry, I've had this conversation. So it would be the Bush Light logo, right? I'd need like 3 or 4 people to do this with me, but it's an ass tattoo. Bush, and then where it says light, it would be bros, and then just the circle. So it'd be like the Bush Bros, and we all get that same thing right on our right ass cheek. I don't have an ass tattoo, so no one's been ballsy enough to do it with me, but
I have no ambition to ever want to do that one, so
it'd be funny as fuck, man.
I think there's funnier ass tattoos you could do than that one. I have to think on it for a little bit, but there could be some that are way better.
Shout out to Danny Alou again, because he told me the funniest ass tattoo you could have.
Okay.
So say you're single and you're at a bar and you're like, talking to somebody at the bar, like a girl or guy at the bar, and you buy him a drink or whatever, like you're hitting it off and be like, hey, I've got your name tattooed on my ass. And they're like, no, you don't. Like their name's, Emily, Emma,
This is 100% a stand-up bit. I feel like I've heard this before.
But like, they're going to be intrigued by it. You're at least going to get their number from it. And then you show them, and it literally says your name.
Yeah.
I've
heard that one before.
Like Yourname.
Thank you for spelling your name.
Well, like your name's fucking Jacob, guys.
Yeah, sorry. I knew the punchline. Yeah. So like I instantly knew what you meant.
But like you could get your name tattooed on your ass.
Yeah, that would be a good one. Definitely, if anything, an icebreaker to talk to people. Yeah. Like if you were interested, like that's such an easy thing to go up to somebody and say,
I've got your name tattooed on my ass.
Because instantly they're gonna be like, what the fuck is, or they're gonna, if they know the joke, then they're gonna be like, shut up, you're an idiot.
Yeah. But like and then but they don't know the joke, and you're gonna show them and be like, oh my god, that's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
And then you go to jail for assault and have to pay a fine for public indecency.
No, dude, sometimes I'm kind of fat, but like sometimes my ass just hangs out because my shorts ride down. But like,
so yeah, flat ass.
We were bred with the flat asses.
Yep. It's I got no dump trunk on me, dude. No. I don't got a dumper. All right, man. Let's I'm getting tired. What time is it? I gotta get up early. You gotta move to Arizona tomorrow.
You do have to move to Arizona tomorrow.
Let's kind of wrap this up with, I do some standard questions at the end of every episode.
Okay.
Just to kind of get a similar thought process on wrapping up this chapter of your life.
Okay.
So Caleb, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Hopefully not in Ohio.
Well, you're already not going to be in Ohio.
But like, I mean,
are you saying because I moved back home in my parents' basement at 26 that...
No, I like, that's fine for people. Like, I'm not criticizing anyone. I just would never have been able to do it. Also, I can live here for maybe 3 days at a time before we start getting on each other's nerves. Not me and you, but like me and mom and dad.
Yeah. I mean, I thought that too, coming back home just with like being out, but I just do my thing. It's so I get up early, I go to work, I come home, I edit wedding videos, I take a shower, go to bed. and then I go back to work.
But like, could you imagine like me moving back home? I haven't done shit this entire semester, man.
Yeah. So where do you see yourself outside of?
So 5 years, 10 years, you said?
Yeah. You think you'll still be working for Kiewit?
Hopefully in 10 years, I hope to be a project manager at Kiewit. There's just different, like, you're already a project manager, but like there's a lot different levels to Kiewit than what there is with Marathon. But 10 years, yeah, not Marathon. 10 years project manager for Kiewit. No, I wouldn't want to be a project manager for Marathon, dude. The oil companies, no, they're.
Hey, yeah, I got nothing else to say.
No, I want to be a project manager. Don't want to be married in 10 years. How old will I be? I'll be 33. No, I don't want to be married yet.
How many kids will you have?
By the time I'm 33.
You won't be married. You already said this, but you're.
I don't believe in marriage in our society today.
Okay.
No, that's a different topic. Only one kid.
And you won't be married. Will the kid be on purpose or accident?
Hopefully on purpose.
What would you say to your purposeful kid if they're watching this when they're 15 years old?
Don't drink Bud Light. I don't have literally any. I have no message to a future kid right now. Like, that is so out of my thought process.
You just brain like shut down.
Yeah. No, like, I hope, like, only for the purpose of this conversation, I hope I have a kid in like the next 4 years.
Jesus
and then they're just watching this when they're like 10 and be like, oh my God, Dad hates me.
Do it for the joke. I mean, the world's turning into a giant meme.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's all that society's devolving to.
Elon Musk is one of the. He's the CEO of Tesla, and like I guess I would say the head marketer, right? Because like he doesn't have a marketing program for Tesla.
Yeah, he is the advertiser, 100%.
Well, he posts memes, like, and that's one of the biggest companies in our world.
We'll look at the market cap of Dogecoin. Even if it was pumped by Elon Musk in parallel, but a meme started in 2013 has like the third largest market cap of a cryptocurrency,
which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
it's so
it is funny. It's fundamentally funny.
It's funny because like, just imagine like going back in time, like 20 years to somebody and be like, dude, we're gonna have this meme and it's of a dog. We're gonna make a cryptocurrency off of it. It's going to have the third largest market cap out of all of the cryptocurrencies. That'd be so... Even 10 years ago, that'd be funny to tell somebody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. 2007 or 10? Yeah.
Well, that'd be 2011 because that's 10 years
ago. I was trying to think, but like it's kind of like started, but it just doesn't say like 2007 timeframe. Like people would be like, no, so get it. This coin is going to be only digital.
There's not going to be... Yeah, there's no physical coins. Yeah. Like, this isn't a real coin.
Yeah, just some code, and I'm gonna paste an image of a Shiba dog on it, and it's gonna be worth than like all of the auto manufacturers combined. It is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Did you get back into Doge cryptocurrency a lot on this, but that's fine. Dogecoin when it started, the core founders, they raised a bunch of capital and they just like fucked around. Like they were like the main sponsor of the Jamaican bobsled team. So like they funded their entire season just with Dogecoin profits.
But that back when did it start? Like 2017?
No, 13.
Oh, it started that far.
Yeah. Yeah, so like 2013 or 14, they like were the main sponsor. So like their whole outfits were Dogecoin. Like that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's so funny. And like none of the original creators are even with the company anymore because like they made a meme and
yeah. But he's so the one of the founders is all over Twitter and all day he just posts Dogecoin memes.
Yeah. I mean there was that tweet that Elon Musk had about like all of cryptocurrencies of like why he's not accepting it with Tesla anymore because of
it's fucking bogus.
because of the mining or whatever. And
we don't need to get into that, but that's all bogus.
But like, and then he just circled like Dogecoin to the moon throughout it, and it was so fucking funny. And just
yes, that was fucking hilarious.
The whole long like 2 paragraphs about it.
Yeah.
And then he just circled
the letters.
Yeah, DOG to the moon.
Yeah. I read Elon's secret message in this statement. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Okay. So you didn't say too much. Give me something else. Where are you going to see yourself 5-10 years outside of your career? You say you're still going to be working for Kiewit. You think you'll be living in Arizona?
Yeah. Yeah. I hope to be in Arizona still, actually.
Okay.
I don't know if I will be because like Kiewit is obviously nationwide, but
okay.
I hope to be in Arizona.
With staying on the topic of cryptocurrency, what are you betting will be successful within 5 to 10 years from now? Is it going to be Doge, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin? What's your bet on?
Ethereum.
Okay, I agree with that one.
Yeah.
I think Bitcoin. I think all of them are going to be here to stay long term.
Yeah,
even Dogecoin.
They'll be here. Like Dogecoin might eventually get up to $1, maybe.
I think the use case for Bitcoin, because it has a huge community support, people will start want to buy it because it's not like so volatile and it's going to be worth it the same amount of money. But people are like, "Fuck, dude, I'll buy shit with Bitcoin or Dogecoin." Mm-hmm. I would, if the Dogecoin that I have in my wallet, I would buy stuff with it.
Yeah, 100%. Like if I had, $80,000 in Dogecoin, I'd buy a Tesla with it if it was still offered. 100%.
Yeah. I'd be more inclined to spend my Doge than a Bitcoin right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like that might go up and it's inherent pretty volatile.
Yeah. But I think Ethereum will be the leader in 10 years.
Okay. Anything else that your head goes to for your future life?
Hopefully you found a better beer than Busch Light.
Might get into IPAs.
Yeah, maybe get into IPAs. I mean, I don't mind IPAs. I can't drink a whole bunch of them. Can't drink, 30 of them at a time. But
yeah, hey, I don't know. When I got out of college, I just kind of stopped wanting to have 30 beers in one sitting.
I did just graduate, so that feeling hasn't passed yet. But
I just was going to wait to say anything just to hear more of the burn.
That's fine. You can even post that. I don't care.
I'm going to.
Hopefully in 10 years, I won't be vaping anymore.
There'll probably be a more effective way of vaping.
Well, I'll have a trach at that point, and I'll just be able to put it right in there.
Yeah. Get a more of a direct effect to your bloodstream.
Yeah. I'll just have like a constant IV hookup, and I'll just be able to shoot it right into my bloodstream.
Sounds terrible, but yeah, whatever works.
I mean, nicotine buzz, whatever you got to do.
So with this big step in your life, is there anything that you want to put on the record and give shout outs to people that have helped you get to this stage of your life? What are some big people that have done that, and any things that you want to say to them?
So definitely, I would not have gotten to this point in my life if it wasn't for my old roommates, and actually my current roommates, like Danny, Levi, Bill, Christian, and Lucas. Like, with everything that I've gone through in my life, I would not have been able to get through it without them. Even if it was just like a boring period in my life, like what it is now. Like just having people there to, I don't want to say help me get through it because like, I'm not sad, but like,
yeah,
like somebody that was there, like I could hang out with and
made the experience more enjoyable.
Yeah, 100%. Like if I would have actually been trapped in my room for 6 months, that would have been awful. I would have been able to get through it because I'm an antisocial loner, but I would have been able to get through it fine, but they made it much more enjoyable. I mean, Danny pushed me to join Phi Psi. Great stepping stone in my life. kind of regressed from that point since COVID because I don't talk to a lot of people anymore, but you know, I mean, Levi was there when Danny was on an internship. Christian and Bill moved in after Levi moved out. And, you know, when Danny was being a boner, which is currently every weekend now, they were there. Christian's in maybe Georgia at this point. I don't know. He's moving to Alaska. Fuck living in Alaska. That would suck, but
I'm going to be there in 10 days.
Yeah, could you? All right, go there and then come back on on this podcast and be like, see if you could live there.
I mean, I'm pretty stoked for it, so I'm not gonna lie.
Just try buying groceries though.
They have government fucking stipends for every citizen.
I mean, we have government stipends here.
No, like they have like universal basic income up there.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But also a carton of eggs is $6.
Yeah. I'll let you know. I'll follow up on it.
Okay. Let me know. What else? Who else do I want to give a shout? I want to give a shout, like, as shitty as it was growing up in New York, like, great. I wouldn't trade the childhood that we had for anything. Like,
yeah.
We've been working since we were young and started working on a farm when I was 12. I don't know when you started.
Yeah.
We both worked at the barbecue place. We both worked at Alveda Construction. We both went to university. I was kind of following in your footsteps, but yeah, you know, fuck yourself.
I mean, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but you brought it up, so let's go there.
Yeah, I mean, who's the one living in the parents' basement, and who's the one moving to Arizona at this point?
I have a world-renowned podcast.
Yeah. Shout out to the Sweden listeners.
Yeah. I know there's 5 of you that tune in. There's been a few Belgians. Shout out to you guys. And maybe a couple Canadians. Outside of that,
there's people in New York that listen to the podcast.
Yeah. I'm a huge hometown hit. Fuck, I'm a goddamn loser.
No, but like, our parents gave us an excellent childhood. Grew up in an awesome house. We never had like huge limits put on us, or I was allowed to have people over if we wanted people over. Allowed to always go place. We never had huge restrictions. Shout out to them, real OGs in bed already, but you know,
30 beers in them as well.
No fucking. I mean, that's about it. That's about all of my friends, people in ROTC that I met that I rarely talk to at this point, but you know.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. I think about that. I brought it up here with multiple other people talking about how fucking crazy it is, how that path just kind of plays itself out, and you just kind of roll with the dice that you're given at that time, and then you just you might go this direction, you might go left, but then if you go that direction, you just, all right, let's keep going and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean,
that's about it.
I mean, how many people out of your graduating class do you still talk to? Not a whole lot.
2.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, maybe.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just went to one's wedding. I went to Dylan's wedding. He helped me through a lot in high school, but like, I mean, high school's a joke, but Mason's always been there.
Yeah. Shout out to Mason, dude.
Shout out to Bagels, man. Bagels, get on here. Should be sitting right. Well,
he could be sitting right between us, just like looking at us.
Like, doesn't have an actual microphone.
Yeah, he just like looks at us.
But he wouldn't have been sitting. He would have been standing. He wants to stand all the time, so he would have liked to stand.
I think that'd been fucking hilarious if I'm just standing here in the background and neither of us would like acknowledge that he's standing
no one acknowledge him and like
just like every now and then give him a cheers and like give him a nod.
He just has his cooler beside him and like he just keeps stacking his beers up and
just like nodding his head along conversation.
I would have loved to have Mason on this podcast too, because ever since, I don't know, we were young when we first started hanging out with mean, I've been over to Mason's house more than anyone else's in my entire life, other than obviously our house. But Mason's family was a second family to mine. They deserve a shout out. I mean, Deidre might be listening. Yeah, both her and Todd were second parents to mom and dad. So
yeah, good, nice, good stuff. All right, man. I got 2 more questions. Are you ready for them? They're big hitters. I need some deep thought here for them.
I don't have a lot of deep thoughts. It makes my mind work too hard.
Okay. How do you define success?
Success is what you want it to be. Like, somebody could want to be a billionaire in their life and never have success, but somebody could define success as a loving family and making enough to support their family.
So what is it to you?
To me, it's being comfortable in life. Like, I've had a lot of, like, I don't want to say stressful, but like, I've had shitty semesters in college and stuff where I was like really low on income and working at fucking Subway just to be able to feed myself. But yeah, success is just being comfortable. I want to have enough in my life to be comfortable.
Are you saying from a monetary sense or just in general?
Monetary. Yeah, I don't want to say with my partner. I don't want to say that, like, because I don't know, girls are always fucking crazy, but no, like, comfortable with money.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I never have to worry, like, if my car breaks down and if I have enough money to pay for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I drive a fucking beater. You drive a beater.
Yeah.
You drive my old car. We drove the same truck. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to 88 S10s, man. Like,
yeah. So let's get into that one last thing before the last question. I feel like this is a fork in your road because you mentioned it. You followed in the shadow in the footsteps of the older brother.
Yeah.
Of working the same places, driving the same vehicle,
getting slightly less better times in cross country than what you got. I did get run over though, so I want to put that out.
You got run over?
Yeah, I remember I got run over by a tractor when I was farming. Got run over right over the legs.
I forgot about that. Yeah, fuck it. Hey.
I still ran cross country that year, so I don't care.
Like, I just pictured your legs like a cartoon. Where they're completely flat from the tires.
After you saying that, I just pictured me running cross country with flat knees.
Yeah, like they
didn't bend anymore. It was just like a flat indent at that point. And I just had to run. All right.
So yeah, you're at a fork in your road. I feel like this might be the official first step of making your official name in your adult life. Are you ready for that?
Dude, I think my first step was joining a fraternity.
Okay, that's fair.
What you're in? What was your fraternity that you're in?
I wasn't in a fraternity.
No, your unofficial fraternity that you're Kappa.
Tappa Keg.
Yeah. But like, I was in an actual fraternity.
Oh, there's the frat bro coming out.
God damn you!
I was in an actual frat bro. Like,
okay. And then,
no, yeah, I was just fucking with you a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I never moved back into my parents' basement.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like I said, world-renowned podcast host, slightly alcoholic, and sociopath when it comes to trying to beat people sometimes.
I wouldn't say sometimes. I mean, slightly to moderate alcoholic.
Yeah.
That's all I got going for me right now, but
no, it's okay, man.
I'm moving to Arizona.
All right. Yes, yeah, moving to Arizona. This is the last question. Let's wrap this up. I'm going to bed. Caleb, what is the meaning of life?
Depends who you ask.
You keep dodging the questions like this.
It depends who you ask.
Okay.
100%.
I agree with you. Yes. What is the meaning of life to you?
Like, ultimate goal, like, what I want my outcome to be.
What's the meaning? What's the purpose?
There's no fucking meaning to life. What do you mean? The meaning of life is what you want it to be, dude. We're just a blip on a planet's radar that should have never had people on it. The meaning to life to me, though, is having a loving family once I have a family.
Those two things were completely contradictory.
No. I said the actual meaning of life. There is no actual meaning because
I see.
Our planet should have never had life on it.
Yeah, but on a personal, if you're gonna take a personal scale,
yes.
You want
I'm not trying to be a millionaire. Yes, I would love to have so much money that I didn't know what to do with. But I just want to have I do want to end up with a family. That's what my ultimate goal in life is.
Yeah. So you said you're not going to have a kid. You might have a kid by 33. No wife by 33. How old do you see yourself living if you keep vaping and dude, with your lifestyle?
Dude, with the way medical technology is going, I see myself living to at least 150. What did Ron Burgundy say in Anchorman? Like, I could see myself living to like 120, 125.
Oh, I don't want to get it wrong. It's either Anchorman or Talladega Nights. It's one of those.
I think you're right. I think it's Talladega Nights.
He's like, you see what they're doing? They're putting pigs' hearts in people and stuff. I'd be 150, no problem. Yeah. So yeah, the meaning of life to you is family, is seeking happiness. Yeah. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, we're in a simulation. There's no purpose, and it's a predetermined code.
Yeah, dude. Some alien up there is just. We're in a giant world right now of Sims characters. Like, I don't know anyone in Australia. Do you?
No.
Those are just, mindless bots walking around now until one of us visits Australia, and then they have to give code to those people.
How do you know that Australia even exists until you're there? It's just like a dark space in the simulation right now.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. I mean, WandaVision, like, they were just out the outside of the city, and, like, they're just not actually getting any thought to them because Wanda's not over there.
I like the comparison. It was back to Marvel at the end.
Except for your Swedish listeners. They're real.
They're probably not. It's probably a bot.
It's probably a bot. If you're real, comment on this video.
All right. Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you want to say on the final thoughts?
No, but like, I think everyone's meaning of life should just be like, find your own happiness. Like, a lot of people can have happiness and different perspectives of life. Mine's having a decent job and having a family. Yours is obviously traveling around to new places. And I don't know what else it is. But I don't really. What's your perspective on it?
Yeah, I agree.
Just your own personal happiness.
Yeah, and 100% that there's different perspectives. You're seeking happiness. A lot of it might come down to me is just wanting to try new experiences and meeting new people and just living life. Yeah. Coming down and trying to get the most full experience.
And obviously, just like absolutely destroying those CrossFit people.
Oh yes. Right now, that might be my only purpose in life, is to assure that I can run as much as I physically can to destroy them. All right. On that note, Caleb, thanks for being here doing this episode. Best of luck to Arizona, moving to the 120-degree weather with no AC, no internet, and no electric. So have fun with that.
Just have me on in like 2 months, come out to Arizona. I'll be like 20 pounds thinner because it's so hot there.
Yeah. Is that what you're banking on?
Yeah, that's what I'm banking on. I'm just banking on sweating all this fat out.
Just being a sauna the entire time, essentially.
Yep. All right.
Peace. All right. It's out. See ya.